Hello friends, and well done for sticking it out. We're on to day 7 of our Mindful Mornings, a 30-day challenge to set us up for a more mindful way through movement and meditation. Today's focus is to pause. Let's slow things down again with this super nourishing myo-fascial self-massage practice. You'll need to grab yourself 2 tennis balls or myo-fascial balls for today's practice. So let's go ahead and find that comfortable space to begin our short and grounding meditation. And remember, stick around to the end to find out what today's mindfulness task may be. Begin by either lying down or sitting comfortably as I guide you through the sensations of your body, whatever they may be today. Be aware of any heaviness, discomfort, or fatigue, or perhaps lightness and energy within. Observe which sensations fluctuate and change over time and which remain constant. Pay attention to your reactions and just notice. Are you judging how you slept or wondering how the day will unfold? Instead of trying to push away these thoughts, simply notice them. See if they have any impact on how you feel and hold these thoughts and feelings with compassion. Now bring your conscious awareness towards your feet. Noticing any sensations that may be present. Tingling perhaps, pulsing or pressure points. Releasing your focus upon your feet and bringing your awareness towards your hands now. Observe any sensations in your palms, fingers, or the back of the hands. And finally, direct your attention towards your breath, noticing the sensation of an inhale and an exhale. Let us remind ourselves that throughout the day, taking a pause and becoming aware of our feet, our hands, or our breath can make all the difference as a way for us to ground ourselves. So we're going to need 2 tennis balls or myofascial release balls. These are my tune-up therapy balls that I love to use for our really beautiful shoulder and neck release for today's practice. I also am going to use a pillow between my legs and maybe underneath the back of my head. So let's start by placing one ball to our mat. I'm going to bring the other one out to the side away for now. And I'm going to, it might not be the perfect lineup, but we'll figure that out in a moment. I'm going to bring a cushion between my knees. It's something I like to do. And then just lay on to my left side. So I'm going to aim to bring the ball just underneath my right shoulder blade into a sweet spot. So it may not be exactly the same spot for you, But I'm going to see if I can wiggle around until I've sort of caught the ball with my shoulder blade here. And that sort of feels quite nice for me. I'm then going to spread my left arm out to the side with the palm facing up. And then this right arm, it's going to open out with the elbow bent. And I'm going to keep my arm hovering. It's not going to touch the ground in any way. I'm just going to sort of find a spot that feels like somewhere that I could hang out and just open through that armpit and that elbow. And then initially, I'm going to actually add a little bit of gentle movement here. So I'm going to start off very tentatively just to sort of feel into the muscles, the reaction of the muscles, and that connection to the ball. Some days this feels very different to others, depending on stress levels or what I might have been doing physically with my body that week. And you're just sort of feeling out layers of sensation here. I'm going to keep wiggling until I sort of find that sweet spot that I want to work with. So sometimes I'm moving the right arm just to find a little nook that feels great. And sometimes I'm actually moving my back to just bring my weight a little more distributed onto that ball. Nothing is fast in terms of the movement. It's this sort of sense of inquisitiveness. Today's theme is actually to pause, so I invite you now, if you can, to find a spot that you potentially could pause for anywhere between sort of 3 and 5 breaths. I don't always manage to bring my right arm to touch the ground behind me. It really depends on the setup. Just notice whether the arm's hovering and don't judge it. It's okay. I'm just going to bring my neck into a position of comfort as well. And just one more breath there. And then I'm going to roll off that ball. And I'm going to pause and feel into the rebound of sensations that might be occurring. It could be that you stay on your side body, or you've chosen to lie on your back away from the connection of the ball. Stay with the sensations within that pause. And then we'll set ourselves up for the second side. So I'm going to bring the ball back onto the mat and then lay it onto my right side. I'm going to bring my right shoulder down, spread the arm out, and then I'm peeling back with the left shoulder, trying to find a sweet spot. And it's feeling very different on this side, and that's okay. And we're just exploring some really gentle movement there with the left arm, or the other arm you haven't worked with. Don't feel that you have to only work with moving the arm. It could be that you need to rearrange your back slightly to find a sweet spot to work with. And I'm still exploring different positions of the left arm and adding really slow, mindful movement. It's a sense of real inquisitiveness in terms of the feedback that you're experiencing. Anyone that suffers with frozen shoulder, this could be incredibly challenging for you to even get into a position, but if you're able to, and if you're keeping the arm quite low, this still could be a wonderful way to release some of those muscles through the thoracic, under the shoulder blade there, through the neck. And then finding a sweet spot, go ahead and pause. And that's when I really notice when I pause that I need to rearrange my neck. And I've also noticed that this side, my left arm is hovering way off the earth. I'm obviously in a slightly different variation of this pose, and that's okay. I'm experiencing quite a bit of feedback within my body on this side compared to the first side. But we want to let go of judgment, keep just that curious mind. And then we're going to roll off. You could stay lying on your side body, or you might choose to lay on your spine into a rebound. We're going to grab both balls from here and come onto your spine. So some people might like a cushion underneath the back of the head. I may bring it in, I may not. Just keep it to the side, ready if I need it. And then with these balls, we're going to place them just under the fleshy bit of our traps here. So that muscle right at the top of the shoulder, on the back body, on either side. Just so you've got a visual kind of around here. And maybe you need something underneath your head, a pillow, blanket. Perhaps it's okay to lay your head on the ground. And then choosing a shape that works for you through the arms here. On a personal note, this is one of my go-tos for any of my migraines. If I can bear it, this feels often very releasing for me as I get tension headaches. And you'll choose sort of what position the arms feel most nourishing for you. I'm going to invite you to find a posture with the arms and the legs, and then we're pausing here. See if you can relax as much as possible through the shoulders, through your neck, through your jaw, and through your forehead. Now, you do not have to do this, but I'm going to invite you to work with box breath here, where we intentionally retain the breath between the inhale and the exhale. So you could imagine that there's 4 sides to each breath. We'll be inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, holding for 4. So go ahead and exhale your breath away here. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you continue for a few more rounds in your own time? Don't worry if you're not exactly the same pace that I set. And you could just let the breath be natural now. And if it feels right, you could change the shape of the arms just for the last little bit of this pose. I've chosen to raise my arms, which will add sensation and pressure. Always be mindful to work within your own realm of sensation and feedback. You're never wanting to experience pain, just an exploration of sensation that feels obtainable for you. And just taking one more breath. And slowly releasing the arms, releasing the balls. If you like to set yourself up in a different shape for Savasana, you're welcome to. Perhaps something behind the knees, under the head, a blanket. Settle in for deep, nourishing rest now. And start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Begin to reach those arms and stretch. And roll to the side. Gently make your way up to sit tall. Bring thumbs into heart space. Breathe in through the nose, away through the mouth. Thank you for joining today's mindful movement practice. Have a wonderful day. Okay, so here's your mindfulness task for today. Whenever your phone makes a sound or vibrates, just take a moment to pause. Take one deep breath before you respond to it. And keep up the great work. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon. Not only will this keep you up to date with my offerings, but will keep content like To the Being free and accessible to all.